Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the ICES Annual Science Conference 2025 here in Klaipeda. We opened today's ceremony with a unique sound of the birbynė, an authentic Lithuanian wind instrument, historically played by the shepherds and later developed into the chromatic instrument capable of full melodies. It was performed by Donatas Belkauskas, one of Lithuania's leading contemporary post-folklore musicians. His work bridges ancient Baltic traditions and modern sonic interpretations, creating immersive soundscape that invites us to explore dialogue between tradition and innovation. And now let me officially welcome you to the opening ceremony of the ICES Annual Science Conference 2025 here in Klaipeda. This week we gather not only to share knowledge, but to spark dialogue, build connections, and inspire solutions for the future of our seas. Let us open this conference with curiosity, collaboration, and shared commitment to the oceans we all depend on. To begin the ceremony, please welcome ICES President Carl O'Brien to the stage.
Good morning. It's hard to follow such inspiring music, but I'll do the best I can. So, Commissioner, Ministers, our ICES national delegates, their established experts, and our early career scientists, colleagues, and guests. So, welcome to the 2025 Annual Science Conference of the International Council for the Exploration of the Sea. Since 1902, ICES has advanced and shared scientific understanding of marine ecosystems and services they provide. The Annual Science Conference is our flagship event, and this year we're privileged to be hosted by Lithuania, the youngest member country of ICES. Nearly 20 years ago, after formally joining ICES, Lithuania now hosts the most important meeting in our calendar. So many thanks. As the country's only major seaport and home of a thriving marine research community, Klaipeda sits at the heart of the Baltic, a region facing some of the most pressing questions in fisheries and ecosystem management. And during this week, we'll have the opportunity to discuss some of those issues. This year's conference at Klaipeda University will bring together our networks of national experts, stakeholders, and early career scientists from around the world. I'd like to give a special thank you to the Lithuanian ICES delegates, our former President Bill Karp, and our General Secretary for making this year's event a reality. I know how much planning and negotiation goes on behind the scenes to secure a host member country and the location of our annual conference. To our early career scientists, you've been offered several workshops, as well as events to meet ICES leadership and find out more about the world of scientific publishing. And I can see Howard sitting in the front row. I also encourage you to find time to attend theme and network sessions outside your immediate knowledge area and expertise. The ASC is a great way to learn and explore new areas, so don't miss these opportunities. I know we have a full conference program, but I encourage you all to find time to explore and enjoy the rich history and culture that Klaipeda has to offer. And hopefully between the showers, the weather here is quite wet, so you need an umbrella and a coat. Sharing each other's culture is important to developing lifelong friendships and collaborations, and to ensure that the best science is presented, discussed, and further advanced. So as ICES President, it's my privilege and pleasure to open my first annual conference as President. So enjoy the week, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, President O'Brien, for your inspiring words. And now it's my honor to invite to the stage the Acting Minister of Agriculture for the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. Ignas Hofmanas.
Labadiena, gerbiami svečiai, mėly bičiuliai, jūros kolegos. Lietuvos Respublikos Žemės ūkio ministerijos vardu sveikinu jūs visus atvykus į tarptautinę metinę konferenciją ICES 2025, pirmą kartą rengiamą Lietuvoje, mūsų Pajūrio mieste Klaipedoje.
Distinguished guests, dear colleagues, friends of the sea, on behalf of the Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Lithuania, I warmly welcome you to the ICES Annual Science Conference 2025, held for the very first time in Lithuania in our coastal city Klaipeda.
Mums tai ne tik garbė, bet ir pasitikėjimo ženklas. Galimybę surengti tokį svarbų tarptautinį renginį čia, mūsų šalyje.
For us, this is not only a great honor, but also a sign of trust, the chance to host such an important international event here in our country.
Sprendimų priėmimas grindžiamas geriausiomis prieinamomis mokslinėmis rekomendacijomis yra pamatinis jūrų išteklių ir žuvininkystės valdymo principas, aiškiai įtvirtintas teisėje. Kaip institucija atsakinga už žuvininkystę ir akvakultūrą, mes nuosekliai remiame mokslų grįstą politiką, tvarų išteklių naudojimą ir tarptautinį bendradarbiavimą. Šiandien, kai ekologinė jūrų ir jų išteklių būklė sparčiai blogėja, esu įsitikinęs, tik aukščiausios kokybės mokslas gali nukreipti mus teisingų sprendimų link ir padėti išsaugoti sveikas jūras ateities kartoms.
Decision-making based on the best available scientific advice is a cornerstone principle of marine resource and fisheries management, fairly rooted in the legal obligations. As the institution responsible for fisheries and aquaculture, we are strongly committed to a science-based policy-making, the sustainable use of resources, and international partnership. Today, as the state of our seas and their resources is rapidly decreasing, I am convinced that only the highest quality science can direct us towards the right path and help preserve healthy seas for generations to come.
Lietuva prisijungė prie ICES 2006 metais ir nuo tada aktyviai dalyvauja jos veikloje, ypač Baltijos jūros kontekste. Mūsų mokslininkai įsitraukė į darbo grupės, patariamuosius organus, duomenų iniciatyvas. ICES mums yra daugiau nei tarptautinė organizacija. Tai partneris, padedantis kurti atsparę ir tvarę jūrų politiką.
Lithuania joined ICES in 2006 and since then has been actively engaged in its work, particularly in the context of the Baltic Sea. Our scientists contribute to working group, advisory bodies, and data collection. For us, ICES is more than an international organization. It is a partner helping us to build resilient and sustainable marine policy.
Ši konferencija yra gera galimybė kalbėti aktualiais klausimais – klimato kaita, biologinės įvairovės nykimą, dirbtinį intelektą ir technologinius pokyčius. Tai iššūkiai, kuriems spręsti reikia mūsų bendros išminties. Todėl ypač džiugu matyti aktyvų jaunųjų mokslininkų dalyvavimą ir temų įvairovę.
The conference provides a forum to address pressing global issues: climate change, the loss of biodiversity, the rise of artificial intelligence, and technological developments. These are challenges that require our collective wisdom to address. I'm especially pleased to see the strong involvement of enthusiastic young scientists and the huge diversity of topics represented here.
Šių metų konferencijos šeimininkas Klaipedos universitetas yra tikras mūsų jūrinio mokslo židinys, o pati Klaipeda miestas, kuriame jūra yra ne tik horizonte, bet ir kasdienybėje.
This year's host, Klaipeda University, is the true center of marine science in Lithuania. Klaipeda itself is a city where the sea is not only on the horizon, but also at the heart of daily life.
Jūra formuoja mūsų gyvenimą, darbą ir net humoro jausmą. Mūsų liaudės pasakose jūra dažnai yra tokia jėga, kurią žmogus vis bando pergudrauti. Nors tiesa, tos istorijos beveik niekada nesibaigdavo gerai. Bet šį kartą pažadu, kad mūsų istorija bus kitokia. Esame čia tam, kad dirbdami kartu sukurtume laimingą pasakos pabaigą. Sveikesnę, tvaresnę ir draugiškesnę ateitį mūsų jūroms.
Sea shapes our work, our culture, and even our sense of humor. In our folk tales, the sea often appears as a force when humans try to outsmart. Truth to be told, both stories really ended happily. But today, working together, we have the chance to write a happy ending, one of the healthier, more sustainable and more sea-friendly future.
Tad tegul Klaipeda tampa vieta, kur mintis teka taip laisvai kaip jūra. Ir dar, kol esate čia, kviečiu pažinti mūsų pajūrio kultūrą, pasimėgauti lietuviškų, svetingumu ir paragauti vietinės rūkytos žuvies.
So let Klaipeda become a place where ideas flow as freely as the sea waves. During your stay with us, I invite you to discover our coastal culture, enjoy Lithuanian hospitality, and taste traditional smoked fish.
Mielieji, sveiki atvykę į Klaipedą. Sveiki atvykę į ICES metinę mokslo konferenciją. Tegul užvaldo mokslas, tegul prasideda turiningi ir išmintingi pokalbiai.
Dear friends, welcome to Klaipeda. Welcome to ICES Annual Science Conference. Let the science and the conversations begin.
Geros konferencijos.
Thank you, Minister Hofmanas, for your welcome address. Before we invite our host to the stage, let us take a moment to watch a short video introducing Klaipeda University.
On the Baltic shore, Klaipeda greets the sea with open arms. It is Lithuania's only port, a city alive with cranes and sails, yet also with calm, blue flag beaches, where the water is clear and the horizon wide. Just beyond, the Curonian Spit, a UNESCO World Heritage Site of dunes and forest, stretches like a natural bridge between sea and lagoon. In Klaipeda's Old Town, you discover heritage architecture, where traces of the past intertwine with the rhythm of today. This meeting point of heritage and horizon is home to Klaipeda University, still a young university, yet already a growing force, open to the sea, to ideas, and to the future. With the only university fleet in the Baltic states and a modern marine research institute that carries out fundamental and applied research on the marine and coastal environment, on maritime technologies, and on life sciences studies. Alongside this maritime strength, our faculties in engineering, health sciences, social sciences, and the humanities build knowledge that reaches across disciplines and communities. Together, they form a vibrant university where science education, and collaboration move forward side by side. Here, the city meets the sea, and the university meets the world. Here, you are visible.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Rector of Klaipeda University, Professor Dr. Artūras Razbadauskas.
Good morning, everyone. Dear President of ICES, dear General Secretary, Ministry, and ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, welcome to Klaipeda and welcome to Klaipeda University. We are honored to open the ICES Annual Science Conference. This highly significant event is taking place in Lithuania for the very first time, marking an important day not only for Klaipeda University, but also for entire Baltic Sea region. It is a recognition that both our region and our university are trusted partners in science. Our researchers carry out continuous monitoring of the seas and coastal areas, collecting and analyzing data that led to evidence-based conclusions and recommendations. These insights are vital for society, for local communities, civic organization, education, industry, ports, maritime energy, cities and regions, international institutions and policymakers. They can contribute to sustainability goals, to protection of seas and oceans, and to the well-being of both people and nature. This week in Klaipeda provides an opportunity to bring knowledge and experience together. Climate change, biodiversity loss, marine pollution, and the growing human activity at sea, including the expansion of offshore wind energy, demand a new generation of dialogue between science and policy. We need solutions that are evidence-based, socially just, and economically sound. We propose to foster such dialogue here at Klaipeda University together with ICES community. Let us share data and methodologies, establish common standards. This will ensure comparability and last and faster decision-making. Let us initiate joint action for the Baltic Sea. Let us involve and listen to young scientists. I would like to thank all those who made this week possible, the organizers, volunteers, partners, and international guests. Your presence here demonstrated trust, and it is our commitment to justify this trust with tangible results. I wish you open, constructive, and courageous discussion. I hope that every session will bring us closer to common standards for the Baltic, to clear action plans, and to projects that we will later showcase as the success stories. May this week prove that when science, policy, and practice come together in one space, the sea wins. Welcome to Klaipeda, welcome to Klaipeda University, the home on marine science at the heart of the Baltic. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Rector, for your leadership and for hosting this conference at Klaipeda University. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now honored to hear a pre-recorded video message from Commissioner Costas Kadis, European Commissioner for the Fisheries and Oceans, who is leading Europe's vision for a sustainable and resilient future of our seas.
Dear colleagues and friends, welcome to the ICES Annual Science Conference 2025. First of all, let me express my sincere regret for not being there with you in person, not only as the EU Commissioner for Fisheries and Oceans, but also as a scientist myself, curious and passionate about the exchange of knowledge and innovation among peers. The ICES Annual Science Conference has long been a cornerstone for fisheries science and marine research in Europe and beyond. It is here that ideas are exchanged, new approaches are suggested, and solutions are forged. Your contributions are key in building the future of global science-based fisheries governance. For this, I want to sincerely thank you for your expertise, your dedication, and your scientific ingenuity that drives us all forward. Sound science is a compass that guides fisheries management. And when policymakers in turn respect and follow the scientific advice, we create a virtuous circle where sustainability and prosperity go hand in hand. And as a commissioner, I commit to ensuring that science remains at the heart of the common fisheries policy and of Europe's engagement with the world. We also need to ensure that the quality of the data provided to the scientists is improved. And this will enable the provision of scientific advice on multi-annual codecs, contributing to the much-needed stability and predictability for the fisheries sector. Our commitment to the importance of scientific advice is reflected in our important financial support to ICES, but also to science in general, in particular through Horizon Europe. Just over a month ago, a new wave of projects has secured 116 million euro of funding under the latest EU Mission Ocean and Water calls. We are taking major steps towards restoring the health of the ocean and waters, a key priority under the European Ocean Pact, and ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come. But funding is not enough. We also need talented scientists that keep enriching our understanding of the marine environment. When I think about the challenges ahead, I feel really reassured knowing that so many early career scientists share a deep passion for our ocean and that many of you are here today at the annual science conference. Today you are meeting on the shores of our Baltic. As you all know, the Baltic Sea is in a dire situation, with a gradual decline of most of its fish stocks, and this despite the significant sacrifices made by the fishing communities over recent years. But we must not be discouraged. We must take action. We need to implement a more ambitious ecosystem approach, a way of managing fisheries that accounts not just for fish stocks, but for habitats, predator-prey dynamics, climate impacts, and cumulative human pressures, but also, and importantly, takes into consideration the social and economic dimensions in seeking acceptable trade-offs between divergent interests. Advancing this holistic approach further is crucial if we want resilient ocean and thriving communities. It is also pivotal for the future recovery of the Baltic Sea basin. For this reason, I am delighted that ecosystem-based management will be the focus of the side event co-organized by ICES and DG Mare later this week, and I hope that many of you will be joining on Thursday afternoon for this extraordinary occasion that promises to be both informative and inspiring. Until then, many inspiring talks and enriching networking moments await you. To create bonds, to share ideas, to imagine a brighter future together. I wish you a fruitful and inspiring conference, full of collaboration and insights. I very much look forward to meeting many of you in person very soon. Thank you.
Thank you to Commissioner Kadis for his important message and for sharing the European vision for our oceans. Now it's my great pleasure to invite to the stage ICES General Secretary Haynie.
Woo. Good morning. Great words from the Commissioner. Thanks to the Minister and Vice Minister for being here, for all of you. Welcome to the 2025 ICES Annual Science Conference. It's a pleasure to be here in Klaipeda, and I want to express our gratitude to our Lithuanian hosts, beginning with Minister Ignas Hofmanas and Vice Minister Artūras. Thank you for your support in making this a reality. Special thanks to everyone at the Fisheries Department in the Ministry of Agriculture, including the Director and our former Council Delegate, Yeva Zuzina, as well as our current delegates, Vilda Grina and Jolanta Sezgina, and to Anna Sindinko. Your contributions to ICES and to this event are deeply appreciated. We're also grateful to our hosts and partners here at Klaipeda University. Thank you, Rector Artūras Razbadauskas, Vice Rector Lara Asuka, and our Science Committee members, Professors Artūras Razbadauskas and Antanas Konostosas. Thank you, and thank you to everyone at the university who is working so hard to make this a success. And of course, thank you to the ICES staff. You've done an amazing job. Thank you, Anna Davies, for orchestrating this wonderfully, as always. Really an incredible amount of work and effort. Thank you. Now, I want to talk about why we're here. ICES work is more important than ever. In some of our countries, science is under attack. That's why it's crucial that we stand up for good data, diverse knowledge, and the independence of our science and advice. These principles are not negotiable. They're the backbone of our credibility and our impact. ICES has always been a dynamic organization, and the recent past has tested us, and the future will continue to do so. It's essential that we adapt to the new challenges, from climate change to geopolitical shifts, and remain agile and forward-looking. One major step forward is the coming development of our new ICES strategy. You'll see variants of this figure, and you'll hear lots about this over the next 2 years, which we will release at the beginning of 2027 when we celebrate our 125th anniversary. And this is an incredible milestone we're celebrating. We'll work hard with all of you to bring your views to help us prioritize and communicate our priorities. I want to thank the Commissioner for his support, for the Director General who will join us on Thursday, and for everyone at DG Mare, and for everyone here and everyone in the ICES community who's supporting this event. It's really important that you register. It's free, and there's a reception, and I think it'll be a really incredible opportunity to talk about our collaboration in the Baltic and how we can improve it. Some core elements of this are to support the ongoing work. We need to have the resources to support our science, as everyone knows. We need to build research capacity by integrating the work of ICES, HELCOM, and all of the projects that support our institutes. And we need to operationalize new tools and approaches. So please join us on Thursday. Another priority of ICES is our commitment to diversity and inclusion. Thanks to everyone in the Secretariat and the network who supports this work. Please join us tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. My days are all flooding together here. Actually, I'm not sure what day it is. I know I have to be there. Please join us. We have a networking session that will be a real highlight. We support diversity and inclusion not just because it's the right thing for us to do, but because it makes us stronger. And this has been true from day one of ICES, and of course what this means today is different. And I want to really thank SEEKS, the chairs who sit over here, the Strategic Initiative on Early Career Scientists, who really have revitalized the role of early career scientists in ICES, and we look forward to continuing to work with them to make our organization stronger. I want to remind you of the Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct that really emphasize what our values are and the importance of really helping us all to be stronger and to support one another. There's a whole range of priorities that you can see in the Code of Ethics, so I refer you to this. We are supportive of each other in every way. If you have any incidents, if you feel that you need to report something where you weren't treated with the utmost respect, please use our reporting tool to do so. I want to turn to our exciting conference dinner coming on Wednesday night. We'll meet outside of the Aula Magna at 16:15. And I asked Anna, where at the university do you meet? And she said, you probably won't miss the 6 buses sitting outside. So it'll be a night to remember. There'll be a ferry ride, and you'll get to explore the Cronian Spit. And please connect and engage on Huva, and all the supporting information that you need is there. And as our hosts have really emphasized, please enjoy and explore Klaipeda. You can reach out to Anna Davies on Huva. There are additional tour opportunities throughout the week that you can take advantage of. And please just walk around and enjoy our wonderful host city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. General Secretary. And now it's time for the ICES prestigious Outstanding Achievement Award ceremony. To present the award, please welcome ICES Vice President, Council Delegate from Spain, and Chair of the Award Committee, Pablo Abaunza.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is an honor for me to represent ICES at this award ceremony. I cannot imagine anything more rewarding than recognizing the extraordinary work and merits of our colleagues within and beyond ICES. As you know very well, ICES is a world-leading organization in marine science and provides scientific advice to managers and society. Therefore, receiving an award of this caliber is a source of great pride for the entire scientific community present here today. So, let me explain a little bit how is this process of the ICES awards. First, we have the awards committee. The awards committee consists of 5 members, 2 representatives from the ICES Council, Anne Buckling from the USA, and myself from Spain, and 3 representatives from the scientific committee, SciComm, Manuel Hidalgo from Spain, Mette Skjær Lauritsen from Norway, and Brian Mackenzie from Denmark. The committee receives administrative support from Harriet Mercer and Ken Mackenzie, members of the ICES staff, and the assistants from the communication department. Thank you very much to all the team, of course. And then we have one of the ICES, the main honors awarded by ICES, that is the ICES Outstanding Achievement Award. It is the highest recognition for contribution to ICES, and it recognizes sustained outstanding performance in contributing to ICES science, leadership skills in a broad sense, continued commitment to helping to advance ICES as a dynamic international institution and enriching its community. And last but not least, achievements in science, management, policy, and mentoring. When deciding on this award, one of the questions we might ask ourselves is who inspires you? Sorry, maybe I have. After carefully analyzing the extraordinary work carried out by our colleagues and answering the question of who inspires us, we are delighted to announce the winner of this Outstanding Achievement Award 2025 in the person of Howard Browman. Please give an applause. Congratulations, Howard. Well done. You deserve it, really. Yes. And I think that we have some nice words that from colleagues now.
Vem inspirerar dig?
Kto cię inspiruje?
Qui vous inspire?
Hi, I'm Silvana Bertinov. Who inspires me is Howard Browman. Howard is a very strong collaborator, but also the editor-in-chief of the ICES journal. Looking through some of the records of his career, it was very clear that he has covered many topics of interest, from mentoring early career scientists all the way to fisheries, ocean acidification, aquaculture, and many other topics. His ethics in publishing have been truly outstanding to bring the journal together. And today I would like to say congratulations on behalf of 78 editors of the ICES journal. Well done, Howard, on receiving the ICES Outstanding Achievement Award. Congratulations.
Okay. Yes, nice words and right words. I believe that it's important that we have some understanding of our winner's profile, experience, and appearance, even if only brief. And we can start with early life. Howard is Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology, Masters in Biological Oceanography at McGill University, PhD in Systematics and Ecology from the University of Kansas, and various fellowships at the University of Montreal, University of Victoria, and Department of Fisheries and Oceans in Canada. About scientific contributions, Howard trained as biological oceanographer, limnologist, and sensory ecologist. His research is very broad and has centered on early life history of fishes, zooplankton ecology, ectoplankton-zooplankton interactions, host finding in fish parasites, effect of solar ultraviolet radiation, ocean acidification and temperature change on aquatic organisms and ecosystems. Howard also has studied impacts of anthropogenic change, like offshore wind, aquaculture, and climate change, and pioneering interdisciplinary approaches linking ecology management and policy. You can see these various photographs of Howard's early times, just working in different congress and teams. I would now to highlight another of Howard's characteristics. You may have noticed that everyone in the photos appears happy and smiling. Howard brings out the same happiness and positivity in the people he works with. And I think that's something worth noting. The research impact of Howard is impressive. He is owner of more than 200 publications, 10,000 citations, his index of 53. He is quoted in more than 500 policy documents. He is ranked among top 2% of scientists worldwide in this research area. And his contributions influence fisheries management, ecosystem-based approaches, and conservation policy. That is ICES in reality. Science is the cornerstone of Howard's work. But if there is one thing that sets Howard apart, it is that he has been responsible for transforming ICES Journal of Marine Science, expanded it into a world-leading journal, navigated open access publishing and global competition, introducing new sections like Food for Thought, Cubadimus, and Stories from the Front Lines, built a diverse editorial board with almost 80 editors from different countries, established the Early Career Mentorship Program, which is again an outstanding idea. Let's see what Howard's peers have to say about these activities. You can read in the screen that many of them has highlighted his role in the ICES Journal of Marine Science. He has made contributions to ICES that will outlast a lifetime and deserve those contributions to be recognized. We can follow with these appreciations from peers, and again saying how Howard is working in the journal environment. Howard is a kind but insightful. He actively encourages us to write reviews and find reviewers who will complete thorough, critical but supportive, and encouraging reviews. Another point where Howard excels is in the leadership and integrity. He's member of the Council of Science Editors in the Editorial Policy Committee and members of the Committee on Publication Ethics, where they advocate for rigor, transparency, and fairness in publishing. It speaks out on challenges like predatory publishing, artificial intelligence, measuring scholarly performance. Then let's take again a look at what their peers have to say about these activities. Again, we have more comments on the Howard's work in the ICES Journal of Marine Science. And last but not least, his work as mentor. Howard Browman is also a great educator and has trained and mentored many young scientists from many countries around the world. Some of them have become scientific leaders in the same field in their respective home countries. He taught 15 courses, supervised 5 postdoctoral associates and 11 graduate students, created mentorship programs for young editors, build research teams that integrate both senior experts and junior scientists. Howard, in summary, is supportive, rigorous, and an inspiring leader. Let's look what other peers say about Howard. Again, this is comments on the work of brilliant work of Howard in the ICES Journal of Marine Science. And Dr. Browman exemplifies the values that ICES Outstanding Achievement Award seeks to recognize. His sustained mentorship, contributions to marine science, and to the ICES mission make him exceptionally deserving of this honor. More comments on this. Again, about the new sections of Howard's created in the ICES Journal of Marine Science. And finally, another peer said that I consider the role of editors-in-chief to be the single most critical core in modern science, and I consider Howard Browman to be the best editor-in-chief in marine sciences in the world, which is not a minor thing, I think. So, following all of this, for his sustained excellence in marine science, his transformative leadership in publishing, and his mentorship that inspires generations of scientists, congratulations, Howard. Congratulations from the heart. Well done. Congratulations. Please. Howard, please.
Okay. I have a few short remarks. I have a bit of imposter syndrome after all of that. Thank you. My career has been motivated by 2 parallel passions. Working on the research questions that I have always been most curious about, while making them relevant to policy and management. And in my role as an editor, establishing and maintaining the highest standards of quality and integrity in the reporting and dissemination of research. It's an honor to be recognized with the ICES Outstanding Achievement Award, and it is also gratifying because it tells me that my decades of work on these passions have made an impact. These achievements would not have been possible without the contributions of many students, postdocs, and collaborators, some of whom I have worked with for decades. The support of my employer, the Norwegian Institute of Marine Research, has been essential. I thank the ICES Awards Committee and everyone who supported my nomination, particularly Savannah Berkino and Caroline de Reef, who put together the nomination package. Although it will sound like a cliche, I assure you that it is not. I thank my wife, Anna-Berit Skiftersvik, who is also my best friend and closest collaborator, with whom I have had the privilege and good fortune of working with for the past 30 years. In fact, we met at the first ICES event that I participated in 1988 in Bergen. The achievements being recognized by this award were the result of hard work and a lifelong commitment to scholarship, and an ongoing commitment to scholarship. Scholarship, which is at the very core of our profession, requires time. Time to become an expert about something, time to reflect deeply about it, time to discuss it and debate it with colleagues, time to compose your thoughts and put them into writing, time to have others evaluate and criticize it so that you can improve it. Using too little time or cutting corners degrades scholarship. The times in which we are living, increasingly flooded and polluted with low quality or just plain false information, require the highest level of scholarship. So do your best not to be pressured to rush through things or to become overly dependent on AI tools, because that is the antithesis of scholarship. Thanks again, and I hope that everyone has a great annual science conference.
Thank you very much, and one more time congratulations to award winner. And now it's time to honor those who dedicate their time and effort to the work of ICES. We will begin the Service Awards ceremony presented by the head of the ICES Science Department, Joe Foden, together with the chair of the ICES Science Committee, David Reid.
Hello and thank you. Our first service award goes to Tatiana Chagarakis. She was the series editor for ICES Times since 2019. I'm not sure that Tatiana is here today, though. I don't see anybody moving, but anyway, let's clap Tatiana.
Thank you very much. I get the easier task of introducing Joanne Morgan, an easier one to pronounce. Joanne's been vice chair of the advisory committee for some years now, and has always been a fount of wisdom to me. So congratulations, Joanne, and if you could step up.
Our next service award goes to Anders Nielsen, who has chaired the training group since 2022. Again, I'm not sure if Anders is here. He's coming. Great. In the back of
And next, it's my honor to introduce Comer Denisho. I hope I pronounced that right, Comer. And he's actually, really interestingly, the first retiring member of the Strategic Initiative for Early Career Scientists. And he's done a great job, so thank you. Come.
Our final service award, I hope, is a surprise. And it's a bit unusual to give a service award to a member of the Secretariat. But we wanted to recognise Lotte for her skillful service and dedicated loyalty to the ICES network for approximately 9 years, since 2017. Lotte has expertly supported 3 ACON chairs, Eskild, Mark and Colm. And under her leadership, she has managed to grow the advice department from 13 members to 22 members, and they produce hundreds of advice products every year. Lotte is irreplaceable. I will miss her enormously, and I'm sure many of her ICES colleagues will do so as well. We wish her all the best as she leaves us and begins her new adventure. Lotte.
Good. I just wanted to say a fefew words as chair of the Science Committee. I sometimes felt that the Science Committee and the Advice Committee were at loggerheads. And Lotte taught me a lot about the advisory process, which I was unaware, and I really appreciate that. And I'm going to miss her wise words and keeping me under control. So I'd like to thank her from that point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and one more time, congratulations to the award winners. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the official opening ceremony of the ICES Annual Science Conference. On behalf of the organizers, we thank all the speakers, guests, and contributors for joining us today. To close our ceremony, we now return to the music of Donatas Bilkauskas. This time he will perform on the Baltic bagpipe, an ancient ceremonial instrument once common in eastern Lithuania. Its deep resonant sound once accompanied dances, rituals and celebrations, and today it's arrived on our stage as leading link to tradition. Please welcome back Donatas Bilkauskas.